What's up, everyone? This is me, Sam, aka Third Shift Millionaire. How y'all doing today? All right. So I'm here with the one and only
RaikenProfit.com.
So he's on my channel today, and we're doing a quick interview about just him. His life, his success. The life of an entrepreneur. And I have a few questions just to relate to him and stuff like that, just to see, where he's at, and also to help you as a viewer to keep you going, whether it's in your financial, whether it's in relationship, in your eBay business. But it covers a lot of things. As entrepreneurs, we have so much to do, but apparently Steve has been doing very well. If you don't know anything about him, he's he he does a whole lot. He's got YouTube channel, he's got eBay, Amazon. I think he used to do Shopify too.
You should do Shopify, not currently doing that right now, but okay. Kindle publishing, we were talking.
Yeah.
Stefan Palerno's.
Yeah.
Both got us into that business model.
Yeah. But I'm gonna let them talk. Introduce yourself, if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure. What's going on, everybody? Third Shift Millionaire audience. Good to see you guys. Over here at the Connecticut Thrifting Meetup with Sam. Awesome guy. You guys are in really good hands. But I started reselling. I quit my job back in probably 2013. Was working at the Cracker Barrel, and since then, because I think I've told my story last time on the channel. Yes, since then, went from working at the restaurant to selling bikes on Craigslist to selling on eBay, Amazon FBA. I started a YouTube channel. Since then, I posted probably about 2,000 videos.
That's a lot, man.
Just helping and serving and sharing my journey. Over the last year, purchased my first two investment properties. Two family investment properties,
good,
and just Kindle publishing, affiliate marketing, partnerships, selling courses. There's a lot of different things that I've done over the last 5 or 6 years, and right now we're recording this video. Just got some new equipment that we're learning how to use together. It's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun. All right, so I have a question. What keeps you motivated? I mean, how do you stay motivated? Because I know being an entrepreneur is not always easy. There's always ups and downs, peaks and valleys, like they say. But how do you stay motivated?
Yeah, so for me, staying motivated, for me, equates to growth.
Okay.
Right? So there's a lot of things that people believe will make them happy.
Yeah.
Right? Some people think it's materialistic things.
Mm-hmm.
And recently, last year, I purchased a Corvette, and I thought that was going to make me happy, and it didn't. I ended up selling it.
Yeah.
And I'm way happier now with a Toyota Tacoma. For me, it's growth that really makes me happy. So growth, personal growth, improving my body, growing my business, growing the impact that I make on YouTube, being able to help and serve really makes a big difference. And Tony Robbins talks a lot about this. There's different ways that people try to seek happiness and whatnot. And for me, really growth and contribution are the biggest thing. Most people live their lives and they're using significance to find happiness. So they're trying to, keep up with the Joneses. They're trying to buy a nicer car or get a better job. They're using all this external stuff to try to, build themselves up, almost like this illusion.
Yeah.
Right?
It's
so
like chasing. It's like
growth keeps me motivated. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. I 100% agree with that. Me and you in the same boat. I mean, because I love personal growth. It's not just about money. I still remember Jim Rohn said, forget that part. I forgot the quote already.
Jim Rohn has so many good quotes.
Good quotes. It's just about personal growth. It's just taking care of yourself. That's one thing he said. Adding value to the marketplace. Because when you add value to the marketplace, how do you end up adding value to the marketplace? First, you have to add value to yourself in order to give back value to the marketplace. So the personal growth, I agree 100% on that one. The thing I was thinking about is, how do you, what's your biggest fear though? You're very successful, and I know some people who are successful, you hear stories about people who are successful, they close themselves off from certain people. They're afraid they're gonna lose it all. What's your biggest fear?
I think my biggest fear is probably when I'm 80, 90 years old, maybe 95 years old, and I don't have the energy that I have anymore, and my life is coming to an end, and I'm thinking back, and I'm saying, wow, I should have spent more time with my family. I should have traveled more. I should have tried things. I should have asked that girl out on a date. I should have, made that video that could have helped that one person.
Wow.
I really, because up until I was about 25, I did everything the wrong way. I didn't really take many risks. When I would start something new, I would just quit. I would just give up. So I think one of my biggest fears is not living up to my full potential. And I think a lot of us, we underestimate. Tony Robbins has a quote. He says we overestimate, we overestimate how much we could do in 1 year and underestimate what we can do in 10 years.
Okay. Elaborate on that. I know I'm going through it.
So it's like, let me put it this way. Like, a lot of us, like, there's a lot of stuff that we can do. Like, we set these goals that are almost like too small. Like, we set this goal of like, I want to own 2 properties in the next 10 years. Like, you could easily achieve that in like a year or so, but like, who knows? You could be at 20 or 30 properties in 10 years if you just slowly make progress, you chop away at the wood.
Yeah.
Like, we could do so much in 5 years. There's so much that we could do in 10 years, but we underestimate it. We think small. We keep ourselves in a small little box.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with that. Okay.
Like, when I started this whole journey like 7 years ago, like, I never would have imagined, like, my business easily earns like over $10,000 a month, like, easily, like, without even doing anything at this point.
Yeah.
And I usually make way more than that, but like, I could literally stop because I've built the systems, I've put in the work, and it's not to brag or boast about money or anything like that. That's just, back to what you were saying, that's just a sign of value that you add to the marketplace. So you set up systems, you put things in place, and you never know where you could be in 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 7 years. We think too small. That's the problem. A lot of us, we think too small because we're conditioned by society. Because most of society, they're broke, they're unhealthy, they're unhappy. They don't know how to deal with stress and their emotions. And most people are in the rat race, unfortunately. And most people are unhappy. And unfortunately, a lot of our friends and family members and our parents, they haven't really done much with their lives. For the most part, most people like haven't really done anything that special with their lives, and society almost conditions us to think like that's the way that we have to be as well, and it's not true. That's why I love to do things outside the box, do things differently, like push myself.
Okay, you brought up a good point though. You said society has basically raised us that way. So how do we break out of that mold? If you think about it, because I know you broke out of it, and by the grace of God, I broke out of it. I broke out of it. But how do other people break out of that mold? Because a lot of them are trained that way. We've been brought up that way. Like, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine. He said it was hard for him to adapt this new entrepreneurial mindset because he was raised to just go to work, come home, get a paycheck. And then a lot of people were brought up in that environment or that mindset. That's how even the schools, unfortunately, I'm going to get on the school system. I love education, but I'm not too proud of the school system because the way they trained us and stuff like that. So how do someone break out of it when they've been groomed, and when they've been groomed from such a young age into an adulthood? How did they do that mindset?
We have to change the input, what we allow to come in our mind. Okay. Stop watching the news, stop hanging out with people who are unhappy, unhealthy, living life paycheck to paycheck. I'm not judging those people. All I'm saying is you want to start taking advice from people who you want to be like. I'm not saying you have to stop hanging out with them completely. I'm not telling you to judge them or that we're any better than anybody else, because we're not. But we all have a gut feeling, right? We have this inner guidance of where we want to go. And you've got to get your life in alignment with that. If you keep putting the same input into your mind, if you keep reading the same stuff, you keep getting advice from the same people, right? You're going to keep getting the same results. If you want to change the way you're thinking, you've got to change the input. So you want to start reading books like, Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. You want to start, listening to Brian Tracy and Jim Rohn and, all these different people, right? That are on YouTube and stuff. And you were talking about impact theory. That's a great podcast show right there. So, and you also have to work harder on yourself than anything else.
Yeah, that's the main thing. That is like one of the major thing. It's like if you don't work hard on yourself, if you don't work hard on yourself and work hard on everything else, then you're not gonna grow. Everything else around you is gonna grow, but you're not gonna grow.
We're the foundation of everything in our life. Relationships, finances, our business, our friends, our intimate relationships, our marriage, if you're dating, everything in your life, your health, it's all built upon your brain, everything. Your brain controls everything. So if you're not working on yourself every single day and you're not putting yourself into a peak state, if you're not going through a morning ritual, if you're not designing your life, then life is gonna design the life for you. If you don't make your way, then someone else is gonna create it for you.
Yeah. I would just like to add also, in order to reprogram, one thing you could do is, I always tell people this, it's like going to the library. If you go to the library, let's say, for example, if it's on relationship, you're having trouble in your relationship, get 10 books on relationship from 10 different authors. The thing is it's like, out of those 10 books, 2 authors are gonna resonate with the way you understand things. And because of that, you're gonna start changing, you're gonna start getting advice from people who understand where you are. It's the same thing as if you're watching YouTube content if you want to reprogram yourself to the point where you want to make, either if it's fitness, you watch a few people who are doing fitness exercises, but then there's a few of them who will resonate more with you. That's the person you follow. That's going to be the mentor. That's going to be the person that's going to actually take you to the next level.
Speaking of dating books and relationship books, I don't know, have you ever read like any of those types of books?
No, not really.
Corey Wayne, The 3% Man.
Yeah.
Incredible book. It's not just about picking up chicks and hooking up with chicks. It's more about relationships and the differences and how to build a strong relationship in marriages. It's a really good book by Corey Wayne, The 3% Man. So just gonna put that out there.
Okay, I might have to leave that one up.
It's really good, man. It's really good. You didn't expect that to come out in this video, but it's out there. Just putting it out there.
That's cool. Hey, I mean, it's something for you to dive into because you never know. Someone may be having relationship issues. So that's the thing is, it's out there. So I should read it. I mean, I'm still single by the Christmas.
Hey, so, ladies.
All right. Talking about ladies, I know you, your mom. You have helped your mom a lot to get into the business.
Yep.
How did that start, though? How did that begin?
Yeah, so it began probably almost going on 6 years.
Okay.
6 years ago, I'm 32 now, so I was 26 years old. I was reselling for I think maybe a year and a half at the time, and I was full-time clothing. So I was selling clothing on eBay full-time.
Yeah.
I was psycho. Goodwills, Savers. I mean, I'm spinning. This is back in the good old days, right? And I know some of the veterans out there are like, no, the good old days were like the early 2000s, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, these are back in the days 5-6 years ago when, you go to a thrift store and you're picking up items for $3-4. Now they want $8, $10, $12, $15 for a clothing item.
Yeah.
So I mean, I was stacking up the clothes. My mom and I, we've always liked to spend time together, but sometimes we struggle to find, something to do in common, right? Something we both enjoyed. So anyway, she was coming to the thrift store and she was following along, but she wasn't reselling. She was just looking at like mugs and antiques and different things for the house.
Yeah.
And eventually, one day she was like, maybe I could resell. And I was thinking to myself, I know how my mom is. I'm like, she would not do really well with eBay because there's just too many things, too many moving pieces with eBay.
Yeah.
But at the time, I was just learning about Amazon FBA.
Okay.
And they started to come out with like scanning apps, like the Amazon. Actually, back up. No, Amazon Seller app wasn't even around then.
Okay.
But there were people that were scanning with like PDA, like Dell Axon 51s, these little database machines, and you could scan and stuff. And anyways, I'm like, wow, that would take a lot of the thinking out for her because the app like makes the decision for you. So I'm like, you know what, Mom? Maybe you can try Amazon. And shout out to this gentleman who used to post a lot of YouTube. He doesn't anymore. Dallas Moore, OG in the YouTube space. He taught us how to do our first Amazon FBA shipment. Okay. And from there, my mom, she just slowly built it up. I think her first year she did like 3,000 in sales. And then the next year it was like 13,000. And then the next year it was like 20 something. And then it was like over 30 something. And then think now she's like close to going over 40 or something in sales, just part-time, 64 years old, just moving around like a little snail, but loving every moment.
Hey, that's good. That's good. That's good. Always working. Always working. Who are your biggest influencers, though? Like, who inspires you to challenge, to level up, so to speak? Who?
Yeah, so the two biggest ones for sure are Tony Robbins is huge. I'm a big fan of Tony Robbins. I've got a Tony Robbins coach, gone to Unleash the Power Within, just recently invested in Date with Destiny, and I actually bought their whole master university. So I dropped 20 grand on Date with Destiny, Unleash the Power Within, coaching, life and wealth mastery, and I'm going to business mastery at the end of the year. So I mean, I bought the whole package.
Cool.
He's helped change my life from 10 years ago being 250 pounds, smoking 2 packs of cigarettes, getting locked up in jail, and changing my life from there. So he was the big influence. And then Stefan Palermo's of Project Life Mastery.
We gotta give him a shout out because the thing is, hope you're watching this or someone contact him or just link him with us. But the thing is, he has helped us a lot. I know
so much.
How I got, I'm knocking the mic, but how I got started, and even Steve mentioned it earlier, it was through Kindle publishing. And that's what really...
K-Money Mastery, man.
K-Money
that was
Mastery.
Such a great course. $67 I paid. I was like, it was insane.
Yeah. And he actually, that course taught me how to hire a VA.
Me too.
It taught so much. It was so big. And the thing about him, he was very transparent. He still is. Still a very transparent dude. Like, he really had been like a foundation.
I met him last year for the first time.
You did?
Yeah. He had a $5,000 mastermind, and I'm like, I'm just doing it because I owe him.
Yeah.
So I went and met him, and I met Tatiana, his wife now, and then I saw him at the Traffic Conversion Summit, and he featured me on his channel.
Oh, okay.
Because I had a huge affiliate launch, so like it was just crazy. But anyways, like he's amazing, Stefan. Love you, brother.
Thank you, man. Love you too, bro. Thanks so much, man. The things you put out, the content you put out, it's like it's not just us you inspire. You inspire a whole lot of people. And
millions.
You're doing your thing, and actually you've been a blessing to me in so many different ways. I know this video is totally turned out the way.
No, it's good. This is freestyle. You don't know. It's life.
Because the thing is, we all didn't get here by ourselves. There's always someone who kind of did the groundwork, and they put a good product out there, a good service. And when we latch on, that's one thing. When we latch onto someone with integrity, someone who's doing something positive, it's gonna resonate. When it resonates with you, once you start putting the thing back into the universe, it's gonna come back to you.
Yeah.
So whatever he put out, it was very positive. It was very inspiring, and it helped me get to eBay, FBA. I did a whole lot of different things that didn't work, but I'm still striving. And Steve is doing this thing too, so.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add to the viewers? Any, like for resellers, for example, what would you give them? What advice, what's the two best advice you could give a newbie reseller and then a veteran reseller?
Got it. So for a newbie, definitely choose one thing at first. It's really overwhelming when you jump into this scene. You learn about private label on Amazon and wholesale on Amazon and eBay and drop shipping and Kindle publishing, and you want to start a YouTube channel and you want to do a Shopify store and run Facebook ads, and there's a million different things. Choose one thing at first. If you spread yourself too thin, you're going to just end up quitting because it takes a lot of hard work at first. It's kind of like a rocket ship getting off the ground. Most of the fuel is used, taken off.
Yeah.
And once you kind of take off and you start to build some systems and you figure out the recipe, it gets much easier down the road. I mean, it's obviously still work and you're always having to grow and nurture that plant and whatnot. But choose one thing and stick with it. It's okay to give up and quit on something if you're really like trying hard and you can't figure it out after a while. It's okay to start trying different things because maybe you just don't like Amazon FBA, right? Maybe you like having more control with eBay and you like going out picking and treasure hunting, and maybe it's not all about scale and money, it's more about the experience. So definitely choose one thing. And for the veterans, a lot of the veterans, we get comfortable doing the same thing over and over again, and we live in a world now where things are changing so quick. So if you're not constantly evolving, if you're just doing a good job, you're actually losing. because things are moving so quick now, and you always have another person behind you trying to take your throne, trying to take your spot. So you have to always be leveling up. You always have to be investing. You have to anticipate what's around the corner. And you can anticipate by going to masterminds, taking courses, obviously working on yourself. As a veteran, you want to make sure to take care of your health as well, because again, you have to keep leveling up, because just doing a good job in today's economy, you're actually declining. You have to do a great job nowadays to just get ahead. It's not the same as it used to be 20, 30 years ago. With the internet now, everyone's on the same level playing field. So,
okay, well, you mentioned something important, close and dear to my heart, and it's health. And I know when I first started doing this whole entrepreneur thing, I didn't train as much. I didn't go to the gym as much. I just let it go. How do you stay in shape? What, like your ritual, your morning routine? And what would you say to someone, because I know entrepreneurs, sometimes we go haywire. We just want to do everything and then anything. And the thing is, we let our health go to the wayside. But the one thing I find out is our health is the number one thing. Because our health is the number one thing, that's one of the reasons why we're doing this, is to live a good lifestyle. How could you live a good lifestyle if you're sick, overweight, high blood pressure, stressed out?
Health is wealth.
Yeah. So what's your morning routine? What's your routine like? And how do you stay on the health track?
Yeah. So for me, I like to do my workouts first thing in the morning. So typically when I wake up in the morning, have some water, use the bathroom, do all that stuff, shower up. If I'm, usually I'll shower after the gym just because I don't want to do it twice. But I usually wake up in the morning, and lately the way I've been doing it is I have a coffee, I have some breakfast, and then I usually wait about an hour and a half to let that digest. I have a health coach right now, a nutrition coach. So that's what he recommended to me. I have a whole plan, 4 meals a day. I use a meal prep service, so 2 of my meals are already ready, and the other 2 are pretty easy to make, like yogurt and blueberries or like a muffin in the morning. I've got a whole plan, so that helps. But during that hour and a half wait, I get into my morning ritual. So right now it could be Wim Hof breathing exercises or my Tony Robbins priming exercise. I go through my gratitudes. My gratitude list, so I usually think of at least 5 things, or write 5 things I'm grateful for. Typically review my goals, so I have all my goals for 2020 on a Google Doc, so I just pull up my phone, read my goals. And right now, a new part of my routine is making sure I'm reading at least 5 pages. Usually, we talked about it in a video that we did on my channel, is once you start something, you typically want to keep going. So sometimes I read 5, 10, 15 pages first thing in the morning. Once I'm done with that, my mindset, my vision for the day is implanted, and then I go to the gym. So I usually crush that for about an hour. I do this like 4 or 5 times a week right now. And then from there, I typically jump into the day. So lately I've been working in 2 2-hour work increments right now, so I do a 2-hour sprint. And 2 hours might not seem like a lot, but when you work for 2 hours with no distractions, no social media, no phone, no text messaging, it's like 4 hours of work. So I can get 8 hours of work done in 4 hours by doing 2-hour sprints of 100% uninterrupted work. And then, I run my errands, do my salsa dancing. Sometimes I'll go for walks, hang out with the family a little bit. And try to get to bed early. So right now I'm trying to get to bed like by 10 or 11 o'clock. And I just invested in this Aura ring. It's called an Aura ring. And it tracks your sleep, tracks your heart rate, your REM cycle, your deep sleep. So that's one area I'm really focused on right now. But that's pretty much the routine. You got to have a routine. You got to have habits, and you've got to practice the small things every single day. I try to stack a lot of wins early in the morning. So like even right now, we're at a Connecticut thrifting meetup. Like I was tired, like I really was. Like I didn't feel like waking up early, but I did. I hit the gym. I didn't have time for my Wim Hof or Tony Robbins, but I did a 5-minute meditation. I did like 7 minutes of reading, and then I prepped my meal. So I brought part of my meal there and had breakfast, and now we're shooting a video. So like I've stacked like 5 or 6 wins already before it's like 11 o'clock, before 11, so.
That's pretty cool, man. Yeah, so like you said, you just gotta squeeze it in.
You got to prepare as well.
Prepare,
like you have to anticipate and prepare, and you have to know your weaknesses as well. Like if I don't have my meals prepped, and drinking water as well. I bought this new jug on Amazon, and it says like 7 a.m. good morning, 11 a.m. drink up, like 1 keep going, like 3 o'clock you're awesome. I don't know. It like has like all these little motivational things.
What about someone who doesn't have who has a crazy schedule?
Yeah.
Like someone who's totally like, I won't say all over the place, but they don't have a schedule. How do they get the health in?
So like, are you saying like if they have like a full-time job?
Full-time job, or a full-time parent.
Yeah, you have to be diligent with your schedule. Like you really have to like, everybody has 24 hours at the end of the day.
I said full-time parent, like there's a part-time.
Yeah. Third shift
y'all.
parent.
I'm sorry.
This is the second video in a row, so we're pushing them to the test right now. But you've got to write your whole schedule out. You have to write it all out. Like you have to figure it out. Like you have to write down like what times I'm working. Like what I like to do every night is right before I fall asleep, or it just depends on my schedule, but lately I've been doing it before I go to bed, is I try to plan out my next day.
Yeah.
So you have to plan your days and weeks in advance. Like you have to maybe one day meal prep. Like for you, it might be impossible working these 10-hour days and being a parent and this and that. For whoever, I'm just talking to someone out there who maybe is a parent, has a full-time job, marriage, all this stuff. Like you have to anticipate the challenges. You have to know that like these are going to be crazy busy days the next 4 days. So I have to meal prep on Sunday, and I have to put everything in containers, and I have to, put everything in the freezer, and I have to do my laundry on one day out of the week, and I'm gonna have to stack it all up. So every day I could just easily pull it. I know that these days are gonna be crazy. You anticipate. So it's not about getting an hour or 2 hour workout in every day. Like it depends on your goals. Like most people just want to be healthy and feel good.
Yeah.
You can get a really good workout in 20 minutes. Like if you just crush like a HIIT workout, like, and obviously you want to start at the level that you're at. It might just be a 10-minute workout for you. Walking might be equivalent to an hour and a half workout for me in the gym, because we're at different levels, or vice versa. Like an hour workout for me might be equivalent to like nothing to someone else. So you've got to anticipate, and you have to know your schedule, and you have to plan ahead, and that's hard, and that's challenging, and that's not easy. A lot of us like to just live life and fly by the edge of our seat.
That don't work.
Because it's comfortable. It's comfortable. It's uncomfortable to plan. It's uncomfortable to do things you don't feel like doing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But
yeah, we're gonna have to end this video soon, because
this
new camera that I have, it stops recording after 30 minutes. We're at 27. We're getting there. Right. We can keep going.
Maybe next time we'll shoot another video out. But so this is Steve Raiken. I mean, you've heard so much from him, right? He's very successful. He's doing his thing with YouTube. You heard everything he said, YouTube, eBay, and so many other business ventures that he's doing right now, real estate. And I'm grateful that I've had the opportunity to meet him. This is like the second time I've met him. So, because I've been watching him for a while. I mean, to be here, I'm blessed. I'm just blessed because, and I didn't get here by sitting on my butt and just watching YouTube and wish this, that, and the other. I had to get out there and make it happen.
Yeah.
And that's what you got to do. You got to go out there and make it happen. So
go get it.
I mean, subscribe to his channel. It's called Raiken Profit. So basically, you just follow him, and then you're gonna see what he does, how he does it, because he gives great tips. I mean, he has a lot of followers. So if this is the first time you're seeing him, his description will be his link will be in the description. I'm still fairly new to YouTube, as you can tell.
He's killing it, man.
But,
give a like right now on this video for Sam crushing it right now.
But just surround yourself with the good people, man. Honestly.
Absolutely.
And then join his YouTube channel, his Instagram channel, and then just keep following people who are successful to where you want to go, and you're gonna be making it. And for all you veterans out there, I've watched, I'm not gonna drop names because I'm gonna make a video of everybody who inspired me. I just wanna say thank you. Continue to do what you're doing, because you may not believe who's watching you. You may not believe that your content, or you may have like doubts or whatever it is, or you may have quit YouTube altogether. I just want you to just say thank you, because you have inspired me and so many other people to pick up our cell phone and record ourselves and put ourselves out there and take a chance. And I want to say thank you to everyone. Steve is definitely one of those persons. So I want to thank you, Steve.
Yeah, appreciate it.
All right,
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Bless,
All right, God bless.
Peace.